Yo, you know, what's good with y'all fellas? You feel me? Okay. I ain't gonna lie, like May kind of need an end, bro. May kind of need an end, bro. We need things happening. We need this game to start popping off, bro. The way it stands right now, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's on that expedition line. There we go. About that. I can hear myself think. Oh, not warmed up. All right, I forgot. I'm not playing City of the Wolves. I forgot. I keep forgetting. Okay, let's kill him. Yo, someone gave me a follow. Hold on, I'll check in a second. I can't see it from my normal screen. I gotta pull it up. Ow. There we go. Bro, I keep trying to City of the Wolves it. Whoa! Ow. Ooh. Can we whip punish? Oh. Come on. Hey! Whip punish. I ain't gonna lie, this was the biggest no you could ever do, really. But I kind of wanted to do it just to kind of say I did it. You know what I mean? I kind of just wanted to do it to say I did it. That sort of thing. Ugh. Ow. Ugh. Oh, that's not good. Oh. Ow. Why are you ducking, huh? Stop. Ow. Stop ducking. Ow. I'm really kind of confused by that. Walk speed is, you know what I mean? The walk speed is. There we go. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. DI. Ha ha! DI is too good. My DI is too good. Poke that man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That overhead is scary, ain't it? Ow. Come on. Yeah. Overhead. Nah. Stay back. Stay back. No. Stay back. Stay back. Death. Ah. Ah. Oh. Oh. No. Ah. Ah. Oh. 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 Don't touch me with those nasty buttons you have there. And you know, somebody would say like, but also, what are you supposed to do there? And I'll tell them, wait, it's not me. Wait, Lola, you're not a loser. I'm a winner. Hold this for me. Hold this for me. You know what I mean? You want to press something? You want to? Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, my health, please. Please. Uh-huh. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I ain't gonna lie. Yes. Overhead. Press. No! Yo. Life is hard, you know? No. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Wait. Oh, I'm dead. Ah, he's got me. I'm dead. Oh, no. Please. No, please. Ain't we going down in a bit? I swear we going down in a bit. Come here. Come here. Do it. Do it. No. Ow. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Get out of here. Oh my health, please. Never mind. We're good. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Woo. 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 Apparently Fireball just works because it does. Uninteractive gameplay, yes. Yes, I love it. Give me that. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. You can't do any mix, brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to go for a little something. You can stop it, man. Stop it. Ooh, that was good. Okay, my man just didn't block, huh? I understand. Oh, yeah! Hey, you see, you can't follow it up with nothing. So you want to talk about it? Did you want to talk about it? Did you regret your decision? We'll do one more. We'll do one more with the fella. We do one more. Win or lose, we do one more with the fella. To be fair, you shouldn't be fighting me, but you gotta do it twice. Ooh. Oh shoot, my health bar. Come here. Oh, he almost did it to me. Yeah, he did almost do it to me. I'll admit, he almost did it to me. My fault. I'ma check who did the little thing. Ooh, that was a good whip for this. Ooh, that was also one as well. Yeah. Lock your legs. I tried to jab. I tried to jab like it was. Oh, I'm dead. I tried to jab. I tried to enter your jab. Cause you know we be doing that in City of the Wolves. Oh, yeah. Overhead. Woo! Nah, and we spoiled it. Spoiled it. Ooh, you're looking at it in super you. Ooh, sit down there. Ooh, relax. Have a matcha. Relax. Take it easy. It's smooth and it's cool. Have a matcha. But if you want to know what I'm doing, I'm essentially trying to goad him into making a bad decision. And if we whiff something overtly, you know what I mean, we go for a punish. Ow. Take a chance one more time. Okay, I'll take it. Ow. 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 Come on. Come on. I can tell you your truth isn't mine. Let's press on the buttons. Oh my god, my health bar. Please. Woo. I'm tap parry. Oh, my health. Oh, please. It's scary. It's scary. It's scary. Ah! It's scary here. Please. Me. You gonna jump at me? Come on. Yeah. Ooh. There we go. Ooh. Don't do that. Let's not do that, yeah? Ooh. Stay away from me. Oh! Come on. Nah. It's Dangerous City. You want to double dash? You want to double dash, huh? You want to do that? You want to do that, huh? You want to do that, huh? You want to do that, huh? Come here. Come here. Yeah! You want to do it. And I respect you for wanting to do. Ooh. Why do these fellas always be crouching or something? Ooh. Yeah. I mean, we kind of have combos now. We're a little bit more used to the game again. Back in the day when we wasn't used to the game, it was a wash. It's about to kick me out. I know it's about to kick me out, so that's kind of the whole truth about that situation. Oh, did they kick me out now? Okay. Love the content. As this is my first fighting game, and your channel has been a huge help. Hey, love to see that. You love to see that. You love to hear about it. Well, now who hit me with the subakins? Who's there? 13 minutes ago. Oh, yo, Griffin with the sub. I don't even know my own sub alert. That's crazy, bro. Griffin, appreciate you as per always, my guy. Appreciate you. Anyways, any topics you guys want me to talk about? Yo, Nacho, what's good with you? Hope you're doing well, man. Ooh. When it comes to this links, like, I've never been good at it. I have never been good at his links. That sucks. That, I ain't gonna lie, like, Like, that's kind of tragic, bro. That's gotta, because if you don't do it right, you really have to go for this, huh? That's kind of tragic. What you up to, Nacho? Dang, you really can't even go for that. Damn, we really have to go for that option. I have to hit it like super deep. Pause. Pause. But anyways, what do I want to get up to? I kind of want to see that that broski video though. Let's tap into that broski video though. Broski apparently talked about the parry system. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about everybody. Just to let you know. Alright, let's see this thing, man. Bro. Let's see this thing. Can y'all hear properly? No, it don't look like it.
Something strange is happening to perfect
Something
parry,
really
and
weird's
it might
going
have big
on.
Implications for the future of Street Fighter 6. Before I explain all that though, just a reminder that we've got Elena and Season 3 fast approaching, and I'll be putting out a lot of videos in the near future breaking down all of the new changes. I'll be doing lots of Elena gameplay, so make sure to hit that subscribe
We all will, brother.
so
We all will.
When the new info drops.
We all will.
Quick refresher, if you didn't watch my last video, there was a playable build
Nice
of
plug to the
SF6
previous
Elena
video
at Evo Japan, and although people weren't allowed to record footage, written reports from people who played the build started trickling in on day one. Most of the reports were about Elena specifically, but also people were using it as a chance to test the system mechanics for possible Season 3 changes. Now, this video was published after day one, but on day 2...
Can I pause for a second? I want to say something though. Like, one thing to know is that, like, I don't know if y'all remember, right? But there was a patch that came out, and there was a dude who was on there who was saying on Twitter who was like, "Yo, Throw Loops is gone, bro. Like, yo, they're finally gone." Brother, that tweet got 1.2 million impressions. Son, like, and it got mad likes. And everyone was like, "Yes, Throw Loops are gone." And then he's like, "Oh, shoot, my fault. I just couldn't time it." Like, it's still there.
Japan,
I just couldn't time it. So you really gotta move it with
this time the focus was on perfect parry.
Address everything with a grain of salt, I guess you could say.
Very strange. Before I start though, I just want to remind everyone once again,
YouTube yapping.
On the other hand, this tweet says that perfect parry, drive impact, and jump attacks are becoming like perfect parry-ifiable. Doesn't trigger slow-mo. So,
which is good.
The only way to trigger a perfect parry that doesn't cause the screen to freeze and slow down is on projectiles. But Hi-Fi is saying there are some situations where perfect parry in the Elena build is not triggering the screen to slow down and freeze. It's doing like the instant perfect parry like it's a projectile.
No, the first time Throw Loops are gone was tweeted.
Then followed by this.
Throw Loops are not gone, bro. I don't believe it, bro. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, listen.
Like perfect parry is viable. So a lot of people initially thought they're getting rid of perfect parry as an anti-air. That was the initial assumption. A lot of people thought perfect parry anti-air is quite a common thing for people to complain about. So I think quite a lot of people were hoping it would be gone. And that was the initial assumption. But then things started getting weird.
Hey, not on a jump in, brother. Not on a jump in. I disagree, bro. On a jump in is kind of like, man.
100% confirm. You should never be saying I can 100% confirm on a playtest, but he says, I can 100% confirm the following. Perfect parrying jump-ins causes no perfect parry freeze. Perfect parrying DI still causes the freeze. So now it's even more confusing because the previous report said DI was no longer a screen freeze on perfect parry. So then things get even stranger.
Oh, who said that?
Defeatly now says, I'm watching some Japanese players testing, and I don't see a screen freeze after perfect parrying heavies. So now...
nah, you're bugging. I ain't gonna lie, if that happens, bro. Hey.
DI and jump-ins.
Hey, man, hey.
Followed by, I'm watching more Japanese players testing. I just saw a screen freeze perfect parrying against jump-ins. Could it be that they made the screen freeze timing 1 frame? I don't know what to believe anymore. Lol. So, just to cap off,
dog, this is a mess, bro.
Weirder.
And if it was 1 frame, that'd be stupid.
The new perfect parry is not like perfect parrying a fireball. It has more recovery frames, which is that's odd because perfect parrying a fireball already has more recovery frames. So I don't know if that's just a mistake from High Fight. Followed by perfect parry against crouch medium kick and crouch heavy kick freezes the screen. But perfect parry against stand heavy punch and stand heavy kick don't freeze the screen. Theory, one.
So then what happens? How does the exchange work?
So, in summary, things were absolutely crazy. Some people were saying perfect parry no longer causes a screen freeze on jump-ins.
Nah. This is a mess, bro. This is a mess, bro. This is a mess. Oh, shoot. I clicked
something like perfect parrying a fight. 100% confirm. You should never be saying crouch heavy kick because there was just
I pressed
one
on my
it was
mouse.
just absolute furrow. Decided to focus their tests entirely on perfect parries. And this person also recorded their results in a very methodical way. They documented not only what was happening when they perfect parried things, but they also made sure to notate what directions were being pressed during the perfect parry attempts. And High Fight summarized the results of the testing here. New info on perfect parry. Number 1.
Has to back to parry.
Plus parry against non-low attacks, including
so you can't neutral
drive
parry
impact, to get the screen freeze perfect parry. And number 2, you have to hold down back plus parry against low attacks to get the screen freeze perfect parry.
So you can tap parry to get
worse version of perfect parry.
So you can tap parry to get freeze.
You guys all understand? Very straightforward.
Ah.
No, of course it's not. It's absolutely I'm going to try my best to explain what this means. If you are confused by this,
I'm sorry. You have to be a moron not to know. Yeah, I'm sorry. You definitely have to be a little bit on the slower side if you don't understand what that means, bro.
Explanation in simple terms of how perfect parry.
Oh, you made
works right now. This is the current perfect parry over here.
So you get imperfect parry is not a bad name. Imperfect parry is not a bad name. How about no freeze parry? No, that's long, huh? Half parry. Not quarter parry. Like imperfect parry is a funny name, bro. Like perfect. I don't know. What do you even call that? What do you even call that? When there's already a PC, when blocking the wrong way after a parry. So if you, but they're saying that it doesn't act the same way, right? So like, let's say we. Right, let's say that this is imperfect parry. Well, if I can ever parry anything, there you go. That's imperfect parry. That's imperfect parry. Did City of the Wolves improve my perfect parry? Never mind. There's normal parry, and then there's imperfect parry. This is what imperfect parry looks like. Right? And then you get the instant action afterwards. So that's kind of how imperfect parry is going to work. Right? Which could potentially help you mash out of a situation. But the thing is that if it's lights, I don't know if they go for a string, right? So as you know, if they happen to go for an option like assume your opponent, assume that you're Akuma in this instance, right? If they go for this, you see how you just get counter hit, not because it's not. You see how it's still -2? This is -2. So technically, theoretically, he should be able to mash. But because it's a chain, you can't actually mash here, right? Even though technically it's -2, right? Because it's a chain, you can't technically mash. So what I'm saying is, what if you get the imperfect parry and you try to mash on the situation? If you try to mash on the situation, you get imperfect parry, you might just end up in the same situation as before, right? Because it's talking about lights. I don't talk about everybody. I don't talk about everybody. Just to let you know. All right, let's get back to this.
Rows A to D. And what I've done here is I've done 2 axes. On the top, we've got the aggressor action, i.e. what the attacking player does. And we've got the defender action going down, which is what the defending player does in response to it. So, as it works right now, if the attacker does a low strike, i.e. an attack with a strike hitbox, like a crouch medium kick, and the defender does down back plus perfect parry, the outcome is a perfect parry. As in the currently understood version of perfect parry, which has slowdown. It freezes the screen and you get a fat punish. So it works right now. Doesn't matter what direction you hold. So you'll notice here, whether it's down back back or not even blocking at all and just tapping parry, against lows, you always get a perfect
Is it
parry,
time I boot up Melty Blood to show what I mean?
The only situation right now where you don't get a screen freeze, what I'm from here referring as an imperfect parry, this is just a term that I invented to make this hopefully a little bit more clear, this is what happens.
I ain't gonna lie, imperfect parry is a tough name. Is he just gonna talk about this the rest of the game?
Overall, a pretty big nerf to perfect parry. If it is true, and I have to keep saying if it is true because this is all theoretical. Because if you consider a situation like this, let me jump into the game. So if you consider a string like this, Ken is pressuring me with jab, jab, jab. Okay?
Oh
a
my
lot
God,
of the time at high level play in this game, it's kind of devolved a bit to the point that people just
what's good, bro?
A lot in strings while holding down back. Because you can just do this. You see? I just randomly tapped parry while I was crouch blocking, and I was rewarded with a back throw. You know, I might get a combo out of this. I might even be able to dump it into like level 3 and do a shitload of damage.
Or at the very least, get a corner carry
with
situation.
A huge amount of damage just because I decided to randomly tap parry in the middle of a jab string.
But then the question becomes, now if that's the case, hold on, let me pause. If that is the case, then now you're subjected to that situation where they go for a crouch jab, crouch jab, crouch jab, and you can't do anything about it then. That is the alternative, because if you get imperfect parry off of that instance and you try to press something of your own, you just get interrupted. Unless we get a little City of the Wolves with it, and then it becomes a little bit of a different situation altogether with the guard cancels and whatever have you. But I sincerely doubt that it's not going to be like that.
If I'm holding down back and I tap parry, the screen would not freeze and give me 10 seconds to confirm a combo. And also, because of the 10 frames extra recovery on non-animation perfect parries, you would not be able to get a punish on a jab. Because in this game, almost no jabs have more than like 10 frames of recovery. So a string like crouch jab, crouch jab, crouch jab would only be perfect parryable if you stand blocked it. If you then switch to the stand block perfect parry, it's not as simple as you'll get punished for a low. You will still theoretically perfect parry lows, but you will get an imperfect parry on the low. So it's not a case that perfect parry now has like high-low counterplay. It's more like if you mix up your mids and lows, your opponent will still get perfect parries, but they will get inferior perfect parries that often
I wonder if what if I'm just theorizing here at this point. But what if we get into a situation here like this? Hold on, let's do it. Right? I wonder if a situation like this, hold on, let me actually put up. Why is the Storm COD series showing up? Anyways, I'm definitely gonna do the whole Tyler one a little bit later today, but we will touch that in a bit. No. Hold on. This is not the vibe I'm on. Let me get the proper vibe here. Yeah. Okay. So let's suppose off of this instance here, right? We're holding the pressure. Oh. I'm theorizing that in this case here that you get the perfect parry here instead of you want to give it to me? 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 Anyways, I can't perfect parry right now. I can't perfect parry. But what I'm insinuating is that if you get the imperfect parry, you get quite a bit of drive gauge back. Like seriously, please. There we go. Right? Instead of getting a whole punish, what you get instead is you get extra drive gauge back, right? Because they were saying how standing heavies, you're not getting it, or they're adding a little extra to it, right? So maybe if you get a perfect parry, you get the meter gain and the hits, right? But with imperfect parry, you just get the meter gain, potentially. Because if they just do it the way that I think that they're supposing here, right? Or Broski's supposing here in this video, or how everyone's viewing it. In those cases, it kind of feels a little bit, you know what I mean? Makes parry feel a little bit, makes it feel a little bit cheap, right? You wanna. That's tragic. Anyways, if that is the case, it does add a slightly extra layer to it, where you kind of, depending on the situation, you might just want to get the imperfect parry and kind of just move on from there. But in those cases, then, do we change the frame data of how much the window that it would take in order to get a perfect parry? Do they change that to make it harder across the board? Or will they keep it the same? And will they keep it the same across the board regarding perfect parries in general? Those are the types of questions that I have currently. Because if they keep it the exact same, then, you know, things are going to get a little dicey. Anyways, let's finish up this video, and I think, we got, is there anyone who wants, a session while I'm at it?
This is my concern about this change, by the way. Like, I think perfect parry nerfs probably are necessary if they're going to get rid of throw loops. But my concern is this is going to be very difficult to explain unless it's more simple than we're assuming it is. Like, I almost hope that the way...
Am I crazy, or I don't think this is that hard. Is it me? Sometimes I think it's me. I don't think it's that hard. I think it's a fairly simple concept. Like, Melty had it, right? If they go for lows, you should go for a crouch block parry if you want perfect parry. If it is a mid or a theoretical high overhead, then you do standing parry. Then you get the perfect parry. I don't know.
It's been reported is not true.
I don't know.
We'll see. This is all speculation, but we'll see. It adds more depth to perfect parry because right now there is way too much.
Bro. Hello? Oh, my fault.
Reward for just mashing parry in strings.
My fault.
So it does nerf perfect parry slightly, but I'm worried that
Can I get a session more on the mental thought process of adapting to aggressive players?
To explain to beginners, but we'll see. Again, all of this, I have
don't think it's that hard. I don't know.
Under the assumption that these changes,
the average like 18 to 22-year-old can understand if it's high or overhead. If it's high or mid, then you stand block parry. Just like if you want to block a low, you crouch block. If you want a perfect parry on a low button, you crouch parry. Like,
Interesting to
I'm
consider
sorry,
the
I think we're
possibility that
complicating the
perfect
process
parry
here.
is being nerfed to compensate.
I haven't started against
for a
Cam that like you
post-throw
for the
loop
Ryu, plus I
world,
haven't
if
played
I'm not
against her
overreaching a little
since
bit.
Diamond or something.
Whenever we
Yeah,
talk
it's
about
been a
throw
while.
loops potentially getting removed from Street Fighter 6, everyone always says, if they get rid of throw loops, wouldn't perfect parry be too strong? Right? That's a very common response. So you could argue that perfect parry nerfs could potentially be evidence of throw loop removal. Now that's a bit too copium. We're definitely
That's very
deep in the copium right
very
now.
copium.
But I just want to put that possibility out there.
Bro,
as
throw loops
a
is not
suggestion.
going, bro. You
Not
gonna
saying
smash
that's
your
what's happening,
monitors. You
just
gonna
putting that out
kill
there.
your keyboard.
Lethal
It's not
dose
going
of
anywhere,
copium.
bro.
It's gonna be so funny when the actual update comes out and it turns out none of this is true, and Capcom, just for a joke, decided to add a thing to the test build that says like 10% of the time perfect parries don't trigger a slowdown, just for their laner test build. That would be a good bit. If I worked at Capcom, I would do that. Some people also suggested that would ruin that would ruin your PR. Terminology.
It would negatively affect your game then positively.
But we could also go the route of calling what is a slowdown perfect parry, call that like a freeze parry or something like that, and then turn a projectile perfect parry into just perfect parry. I've said the word parry so many times in the last 10 minutes, it doesn't even sound like a word anymore. You know when you say a word too much, it stops sounding like a word? Is parry even a word? True perfect parry? Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan parry? Anyway, I'm going to zoom out here. That's how the reports are shaping up. I don't want to get too lost in the source here, but yes. The only thing I can say for sure is that we're all going to look incredibly stupid when the update drops.
Alright, it was a decent video. Solid video. But yeah, let's hit this. Nacho, you said you wanted one, right? Let's do it. Alright, let's hit this joint. Shin parry? They would do something corny like that. They would. It is Shin parry, just like, ooh, it's a Kuma-esque. Ooh. That's kind of cool. Ooh. Alright, let's see your match, Nacho. Okay, let's look for that Kim game. Yes, struggle, I guess. This? These ones? This the one? Is it these? Ooh, it's loud. My fault. That's loud. My fault. I didn't mean to bass boom your ears. I assume that's the one you want to do. Alright, cool. The mentality behind adaptations, correct? We can do that for you. Ooh. Okay, boom. Hold on 1 second. Did I completely? I did. There you go. Okay, how did we get here? Round start run. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about this situation here, right? This situation is particularly annoying for many reasons. You try to jump at your opponent, they're ready, right? If you try to jump at your opponent, you get hit with a crouching heavy punch, right? So what do we do in these cases? So what we can do is choose a little backdash. Now backdash doesn't technically give you anything, but if they commit to an option, it makes it a little bit easier to punish, right? Another option, the best option is going for a delay jump back here. The reason why we go for delay jump back is because she has a kick option, right? She has a kick option that's That's negative on block, right? So if you delay this to the point where you'll still jump the throw if it happens, but if the kick happens, the kick is very fast. So, and the window for when she can cancel these options is fairly small. So what you can do is OS it by walking back. If she decides to drive rush at you, you can try also. So once, a lot of the time they'll do run back into drive rush, right? That's an option that they use. So off of this option, you can either try to tap parry when they try to run at you, or you can try and check them. Oh, right, this is not traditional buttons. You can try and check them with a normal or something. Okay. But let's talk more thought process. This was panic. Like a lot, they're gonna feed into you. What they do after this step, just wait. Okay? Don't worry about getting hit with the throw. Okay? There's only one option that'll hit you, and that's the throw option. Don't worry about the throw option just yet. You're at a point in the game where we're just trying to understand what she likes to do. Okay? So at this point, there's not really anything you need to worry about yet. Yeah, she can try and mix you, but the mix is not that great, right? After this situation here, what we should ideally be doing instead of trying to rip a DP is just wait. This is where the mental begins. When you wait, it allows you to see what she likes to lean into a lot of the time, okay? Off of this situation, where's my pen at? Where my pen at? There you are. Yeah. Off of this situation, right? She can either decide to full send it at you and drive rush. She could also try to jump. Jump is obviously the bigger risk of the two, right? A lot of the time they'll try and drive rush, or sometimes they might actually try and walk. The better ones will try and just walk in, right? You're gonna have to deal with that situation, and then we'll talk about that situation if it arises. But in the case that they go for a committal option like drive rush or jump, this is where we're ready to check them with one of our options. That would be stand jab. I don't know if you have crouching medium punch or not, but crouching medium punch is a great option to check your opponent for trying to run. Crouching medium kick is also an option, but we don't want the extra scaling that comes with crouching medium kick, so we definitely don't want to avoid that option. So instead, when you find yourself here, right, simply wait for them to feed into you. And then you take your turn, right? Right. Alright, you can simply just wait. And then you take your turn from there, okay? Being patient opens up a lot of opportunities you'll find when it comes to the crazies. Don't be trying to match their pace. A lot of time when you try to match their pace, you just find yourself lost in all of it. It's fine. If they keep liking to go for that option, oh my gosh. That's the one thing about, I don't believe you have access to crouch jab outright. Not having a 4-framer is kind of weird. Not having a 4-framer is mad weird. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. See how you keep going for this option? Just wait. It's okay. Don't panic yet. Don't panic yet. Okay? The other thing that I want you to start doing, let's say they go for EX run. Right? Let's say they go for EX run here. Right? With modern, you can be patient. You see them jump, you see them move. You see them move back into you, then you go for an option. Okay? Be patient, watch. Be patient, watch. Hold on. That's a little bit early. I'm trying to do this as late as possible. That's pretty much your limit. Alright, you could also do the delay. I don't know how to run stance cancel in modern. I don't know how to do it. I'll be honest. Okay. You got. This is fine. Let's go here. Great. Just so you know, this is plus. Can't mash. That's fine. Good. I don't know why you're starting this way. Why do you want to start this way? That standing heavy punch? That standing heavy punch is definitely an interesting choice to choose, right? Because that's why I wouldn't choose this option. I don't want to be put in this situation where I have to guess on this, right? Right? I don't want to be put in a situation where she can match on me. That's why you got to make sure the options that you're choosing in these situations, especially on knockdown, they don't have reversals. You know, they have level 3, sure, but they got to come off level 3, which is a little bit harder to deal with right now. Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. No DP. It's okay if you're not wrong. Not off of that setup, I don't think so. What is it again? Nah, this is not gonna meet you the right way. It's not gonna meet you the right way. It's never gonna meet you the right way. That will meet you the right way. That'll meet you the way you want it to. Now granted, is there something you can follow that up with? Not really. That standing heavy punch? Nah, man. We could go check it out. And also, after what strength of DP? Right? Boom, 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 boom. Gosh. Maybe you did it slow, but this doesn't look like a setup to me. Because look, it's not hitting at any immediate timing. Am I tripping? I don't think that's good, man. I don't know. Use your modern tools. And ooh! Had to come off the meter, but that's okay because we survive another round. We can definitely scale off of it. We can definitely look into it. My brother, did you just... The game stored your input. You press... The game stored your input. If you're wondering why this happened, your game stored your input. You press forward here. It stored your input when you pressed forward. This is where you pressed forward. This is where you press forward. Negated it, and then you got normal. If you were wondering what happened there, it negated your input. Cause back forward and thing can't be held at the same time. Okay, still in decent standing. What I want you to sometimes do, unless your opponent is actually deciding to bait you, especially with modern, if your opponent baits you, cool. You know what I mean? You gotta hold that. if you see your opponent rush at you, sometimes try and check them, right? Get them off of you. Now, sometimes they can go for baits, right? But it's completely dependent on the situation at hand. See, that's why neutral jump is not even a good option here, right? That's why it kind of gets you out of the situation as a whole. That's why that up back gets you out of the situation as a whole. You try to up forward, when they try and drive rush, they drive rush, crouching medium, crouching heavy punch, and you get hit anyway. Woohoo! What you taking for? We can check real fast though. We can check. Let's give it a quick check. Let's see if it is something. We go Ken into Kim. Where is she? I feel like I'm missing her on purpose at this point. There she is. So we hit one of those, right? Ooh. That's what you hit, right? Oop. Hold on. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing something. What? What? I feel like I did it the first time and I'm like, okay, cool. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. Okay. Where's the rest of it? The run! That's what I'm missing. 7 frames? I think it's 10 frames. That's what I'm missing. I was like, I feel like I'm missing something. It's like, damn, DPs, 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 please. Okay, you know what? We'll just do it. I won't do the shortcut. I did the shortcut. I don't know why my hands are so used to doing the shortcut. Okay. Okay, so no shortcut for that. No shortcut, no shortcut, no shortcut. I don't want to have to put that in, so we're going to save status. Yeah, no bueno, bro. This is not a meeting. You will get dash fierce. So options that you can get after your dash are as follows. You can get a standing medium punch. You can get a crouching medium punch. You can get a stand jab. You can get a stand light kick. You can get a crouching light kick. You have these options. You could also go for throw immediately afterwards. So what ends up happening? Ooh. There you go. +5. This is not worth it though. Now, to be clear, the reason why it technically works is because your stand fierce is 10 frames when you dash your +7, which means they need a 3-framer in order to interrupt this. However, as we all know, stand fierce is negative. So block after first hit here. Stand fierce is -2. So what does that mean? Is that immediately afterwards we don't have action. So if they press on it, great. They chef's kiss. They don't press on it, then what happens? You know, that's the question we gotta ask. Because it's nice if they press on it, but they're still -2. We want something that have follow-up, right? Because if plan A does not work, what is our plan B? So plan A is I'm gonna go for the button here into stand fierce. But if I do that, my turn ends. Because now they can do whatever they have, right? Now with Kim, you don't necessarily need to worry about low forward drive rush, right? Because she doesn't have that option. But for other characters that they do, then they'll just simply low forward drive rush at you, right? Or even just take your turn outright, walk up to you, try to go for throw, whatever have you, right? You can try and mash on the situation immediately afterwards, but it's ill-advised, right? Even then, you're technically whiffing. That's why it's not that great of a setup. But if we decide to go for just simply jab, sometimes it's just not complicating it, right? We get the rest of it and we go for a pressure immediately afterwards. All right, there's follow-up here. And let's say we don't want to commit to it, but we have meter, right? We can also go for a safer option like this. All right, off of this instance, it gives you options. So simply going for jab or jab rush jab, right? Jab rush jab will give you the whole route. Oh, let me fix my meters. You interrupt it, boom, they get hit. Let's suppose let's do nothing and then random. For this case, ooh, I keep trying to do it keep trying to do the shortcut way, right? Let's say they try to. Oh, they're gonna perfect parry him. Add 2 delays on it. Ooh. No, they're still gonna perfect parry. But anyways, that's something to keep in mind, okay? After that, just keep it simple. Either go for drive rush jab, even though you've technically spent meter, you can go for drive rush jab. You can just go for a dash jab. The reason why jab is good is because number one, like I mentioned before, it's a chain. So when you go for the chain, they can't technically mash in the chain, but they can drive a perfect parry, but that's a different thing entirely. Right, let's continue on with that match. But if you want to go for a tick throw, or if you want to go for a bait, those options are available to you because you've gone for a jab situation. Something to keep in mind while you're playing the game, because it opens up doors for you to do different things. Right? You could go for your jab, walk back, bait. With standing heavy punch, you're locked into standing heavy punch and you're -2. So jump in. Boom, boom, slide. That might work. So this might work, right? If you do double dash into stand fierce, that might meaty properly. But nice. Throw them. Tragic. Nice. Switch sides on them. Keep them in the corner. Be careful of level 1s. Been around the block too long. I can sniff this stuff a mile away, bro. I was just thinking, like, I'd just throw a fireball. Just throw a fireball. They're already stuck. Why do I say just throw a fireball? There's not a need for you to do anything. Right? What can she do? She all she could use is this. Right? She ain't got this. Right? This don't help. And she has T-Rex limbs. So what is that supposed to do? Right? You're on a faster rate of recovery than she is. And you also have something called a fireball, which beats options like this. So you just chill. Throw fireballs and just chill. Keep her trapped. Now, if she wants to kill herself by trying to jump out the corner, then let her. All you have to do is make sure to keep her trapped with your buttons and you're golden. Up until this comes back, or she just... I can't say that. Up until she simply just makes her own health bar go to 0, you know? Trying to be tricky kind of hurts you. Oh. So the fireball, yeah. That instance was definitely a fireball instance because she can't do anything. For those who don't know, level 1s are strike invulnerable, but they are not projectile invul, meaning that you can hit them with a fireball. Hey, you know what's leaving the game? That option. Yes. It's about to go. You didn't get it. Drive rush. Okay. That's fine. It is what it is. Nice. You gotta be more confident on that. Gotta realize that that's punishable. Yeah. You gotta hold everything that comes after that. He burnt himself out, which is really good for you. Going into a little cheeky reset, you somehow pressed something. Got hit for it. You held up. You held up. He's trying to quickly run your pockets. Forget that he's in thing. This is really good. This is really good. You can close. Good. Yes, sir. We're learning. Yes, sir. That's what I would love to see out of you. I love to see that. I love to see that. That's learning right there, brother. That's learned. That's effort. You lock those matches in. That's effort. That's watching the videos. That's implementation. That's beautiful. Good work. Beautiful, beautiful work. You wanna know what hard work looks like? You wanna know what adaptation look like? That's right there. That's changing what you do on a day-to-day to make it reflect something that's great. Didn't spend no meter. You can drive rush here. Yep. Next thing I want you to start implementing is just grab a little bit more. Grab these fellas. This right here was a good opportunity to grab that fella. Grab that fella. Grab that fella. Reason why I say grab that fella is because that's how we're gonna start opening up their need to tank or jump or whatever, right? That's how we start trying to bust open that defense they got going on. Yeah, cross shaft, throw, go forward, EX run, stuck to the wall, slam. He did this setup. This setup doesn't mean anything because he lost a really big resource for barely anything on it. Oh, missed the combo. Good. Fireball, fireball. Slow, too delayed. Fireball here, fireball here. You thought about it too long. Nice. Beautiful, beautifully done. One thing I've noticed is that you also tend to like sit around full screen a little bit. It's crazy because the things I'm telling you to implement, you're actually actively doing it even before I've seen it, right? So it's good that to see you're learning, and you're even doing the supers instead of EXDPs, which is better in this case. Oh, you just need to react a little faster to that. Let's try. Nice. Nice. I don't know if you can kill. Yeah, that's fun. Was that thing? I think that was a reaction. I think the game kind of, because you held down back and then you went forward. Yeah. The game wanted to do you dirty. Careful with that, but you did well though. Overall, you did well. Definitely you did well. I can definitely see the improvements happening. 100%. But yeah, just take your time. Take your time with your matches. Take your time with the decision making, okay? Once you're there, we good. We golden. We're eating well. Okay, we're eating good. There's a video that I wanna make. So I'm gonna dedicate my time tomorrow to make sure it come out nice and edit it like. I'm gonna try and make sure it come out nice.
My hair actually cut.
So his name is Big Tonka T, huh? I don't know if it's still this, but essentially we're going to. I wanted to do this for SK. I didn't do it, but I'm not gonna fumble it this time. Dang, that man played today. Damn, I think he on right now. Playing a custom room with a dude with a shorty named Jess. Hold on, that man winning quite a bit. Hold on, that man kind of winning. So I'm gonna save this. And I'm gonna actually put out a review on this. I'm gonna do a replay review on this. I'm gonna say that, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it properly. I'm gonna think about intros and everything that I've learned, and then I'm gonna pop that out. It's gonna be fire, I promise you. But I think we cooling out for today. I think we cooling out. A nice little cute stream. I want to definitely focus a little bit more on this video than I want to pop out for Thursday. Short PP and long PP, you crazy. You crazy. You're bugging out. Short PP is insane work, bro. Hey man, but when you elongate it, crazy. It comes out to short perfect parry and long perfect parry. Ain't nobody trying to say long perfect parry and short perfect parry. That's kind of OD, no? But anyways, look out for that video. I think I'm definitely gonna try to do some extra editing there. See if we can get the old touch. You feel me? But we'll see how everything goes, and I'll let y'all know. That being said, I'm gonna head on out. You know what I mean?